Sometimes a conflict is a divine appointment. I have seen so many times in my life where I have griped and griped and griped at God about something that just got in the way of what I wanted to do. And it turned out it was a divine appointment that I never expected. Had no idea what was going to happen. And God just completely shifted gears and took me in a completely different way. And I saw God do something just absolutely amazing. Over and over and over and over again in my life. And Jesus gave us a perfect example of it in Matthew 20. Matthew 20, beginning with verse 30. 2 blind men were sitting by the roadside, and when they heard that Jesus was going by, they shouted, "Lord, Son of David, have mercy on us." The crowd rebuked them. Now that's a nice way of saying that the crowd turned on them and said, "Shut up." The crowd rebuked them and told them to be quiet. But they shouted all the louder, "Lord, Son of David, have mercy on us." And Jesus stopped. And he calls to them. I love this. He calls to them. "What do you want me to do?" Isn't that amazing? Jesus didn't walk over and say, "What can I do? What do you need, bro?" He calls out to them from across the street and he says, "What do you want me to do for you?" Now, why did he do that? He did that because there was a whole crowd around him. And he was teaching something to the entire crowd, not just those blind men. He was getting ready to do something that changed people's lives. Not just the blind people, but everybody's lives. And nobody expected it, certainly not the blind people. And these 2 blind people were there, and they shouted back, "We want our sight!" And a hush fell over the roadway. And Jesus went over to them, touched their eyes, and immediately they received their sight. But here's the miracle. They followed him. Listen, never, 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 in the conflicts of your life, when things happen in your life that just come against you, when you're going in one direction and something seems to step in the way and keep you from going the direction you think you need to be going, never, never, never miss the chance to bless someone. Never. Never. Because more than likely God is putting you into a divine appointment that will change people's lives. Because what God is up to is bigger than what you're up to. Isn't it going to be amazing when we get to heaven? And God says, remember that time you were so busy doing this and you had this plan and you had to get this thing done and you had a deadline and you knew that if it didn't happen that you were going to be in trouble and so on and so on, and that person walked in on you and just completely discombobulated everything and it just became one big major problem and you got distracted and then it just led to other conflict and it was so forth and so on. And listen to this, God's going to say, I made divine appointments for you every day. Just because you didn't write them on the calendar doesn't mean that I didn't. Never, never, never miss the chance to bless someone. Because your conflict is an opportunity to bless.